Alrighty, now that I've had my little rant about everybody trying to boss me around and tell me what to do there on the Ginger Snap, let's talk about what's really important. I feel like there's a whole lot of people that think that I just get up of a morning thinking about ways that I can disrupt their lives or show them inconsiderate behavior or do something to tick them off or something. And that is not the way it works for me. Maybe that's the way it works in your world. Maybe you get up in the morning thinking about how you can aggravate somebody, but I don't. Uh, I try my very level best to get up of a morning with the first thought in my mind about what can I do today to be my most productive self? What can I do today to be creative? I feel like we're put here on this earth to be creative, to create beauty, to create prosperity, to create goodwill for our fellow man, to have a sense of humor about our lives and about what's happened to us. I am of the mindset that many people forget to live their life. They seem to think that things will be better or they'll be happier when such and such happens. Such as, for an example, I'll be happier when I pay off my vehicle, or I'll be happier when I get the mortgage paid off, or I'll be happier once spring comes, or I'll be happier once the kids are grown and out of the house, or I'll be happier once this or that is done, chores, what have you. And while you're busy thinking about what you're going to be happier about, life is happening to you. And you'll look back one of these days and think, man, I spent my whole life trying to be happy. And when I got the vehicle paid off, well, there was just something else to take up my money. And when I got the house paid off, there was just one other thing that I needed money for. And when spring came, well, then I had to look forward to summer. Then I had to look forward to fall. And I had to look forward to winter. And before I knew it, a whole bunch of them had gone by and my life was gone. If you're busy messing with people in chat rooms on the internet and picking fights or having fights or whatever, you're missing your life. Life is passing you by. I read the news several times a day over on my other channel. And many of you that follow me here follow me there. Every day, the news changes. It might be a variation of the same story for a couple of days, and then it moves on to something else. I've been doing that for over 6 months now. Life keeps changing. What are you doing to change with your life? What are you doing to make things better around you? I don't sit around and think about all the people on the internet or in my life or in my everyday routines and stuff. I tend to think about things that's happened to me in my life, live on memories. And then I take things out of those memories and I try to create something better for my future. In doing the news shows, I'm trying to help you create something better for your future and tell you what the real news is and what is actually going on around you, because you're sure as hell not going to hear it on the television. These alternative news media outlets are our only way of actually getting the actual news out to people so that they know what's going on and waking people up so that we can better our lives and better our world. And I think it is happening. In one hand, it seems to be a pretty slow process, but on the other hand, it's going at a really rapid rate because life's short. People are waking up and we're starting to take control of what is going on with our elected officials in this country and hold them accountable for the things that's going on. And we need to do more of that. and take control of what's going on around us before it bites us in the derriere. There's always going to be a changing circumstance. Life is about change. Everything changes. Your body changes. Your finances change. Your housing situation changes. Your vehicles change. Your life structure changes. Your health changes. Your appearance changes. Everything changes. Your family situation changes. You got to be able to live your life and roll with the punches. A good example of how things kind of roll in my world, I got up this morning thinking about productive, what can I do today? What needs to be done around here and around the house, and what can I do? It's kind of cold, I'm not going to be running no errands or being outside doing nothing in this cold weather. So it's down to house stuff. What can I be doing around here that's productive? And so I'm working around the house a little bit and checking things out, and something clicked that made me think of a song that my husband and I used to listen to when we was out running around together. We hung out in country western bars, and we liked to line dance, and there's a song that they used to play, and that song kind of got stuck in my head, so I went sharing it. And well, it's kind of a off color song, but if you got a sense of humor, you can roll with it. That's not something you want to listen to all the time, I don't think, but just kind of got stuck in my head. So I shared that song on the internet with some people that I thought would probably get tickled with it. And I wasn't doing it trying to cause no harm with nobody or upset anybody, cause anybody any grief or pain. I wasn't doing it for hate and discontent. I did it because it was a memory to me. And I went on about my business. I was doing a bunch of other stuff, and all of a sudden I started getting messages, and I got a message from somebody that thought that it was a vulgar song, and they were disgusted by it, and they didn't like it. And like it was something that I'd done to upset them. No, that's not the way it goes. Not for me. It was just a funny song that I wanted to share. Well, okay, so I know better than to share something like that again. My goodness. Wasn't trying to upset nobody. I don't sit around trying to think, what can I put up today that's going to piss somebody off? Lord have mercy. That's a sad state of affairs, ain't it, if that's how you live your life? The other day, I had somebody get angry with me because I was joking around with them about a farm animal they're keeping in their house. Boy, they got all upset, and they said they was crying over it and everything else. And I'd known this person for many years. If they don't know that I have a sense of humor by now, well, okay. They don't know that I came out off of the farm. Well, all right. If they don't know that they're not supposed to keep farm animals in the house, well, I'm sorry about their luck. And I didn't say anything to upset them. I said it because it was funny, and I still stand behind it being funny. I made somebody mad a while back by telling a joke that they got all ticked off about. It's a joke. Lord have mercy, you ain't got a sense of humor. Get over it. Made somebody else mad by talking about wanting to be friends with somebody that apparently they didn't get along with, and so they got all bent out of shape. Was right down hateful about the whole thing. I don't sit around trying to think about how I can piss people off, but apparently just my very existence seems to do so. Um, I don't know. I mean, I get mixed feelings about it because, I wonder, what is it that I do that really irritates anybody that bad? Surely to goodness, they don't think that the whole world revolves around them, that I just sit around thinking, okay, what can I do to piss off so-and-so today? I sit around thinking about, this is funny or that's funny, and I'd like to share it. Maybe I shouldn't share as much. And I'm wondering how it works for other people. Do y'all just sit around and think about ways that you can piss somebody off, and so you think everybody does the same thing to you? Or do you think about ways that you can better your life and things that you can bring to the table to create something better? Has anybody thought about their garden and what they're going to be putting out this year in their garden, if they're going to grow anything or raise any food? Has anybody thought about, how they're going to maybe work on crafts or what they want to learn to do, because there's all kinds of videos and things on the internet you can learn to do about anything you want to learn how to do. If you want to learn how to do some kind of carpentry or make something or decorate something or beadwork or spinning wool or weaving or making baskets, most anything you want to learn how to do, you can learn how to do it. Playing a musical instrument, whatever. What are you doing to create a better world? With the mess that's been going on with our politics, have you thought about what you can do to try to correct that? Are you going to any civic meetings in your, are you going to any of the town council meetings or the county meetings or anything that's going on? Are you involving yourself in any of the politics at all? Have you written any letters to your senators or congressmen, or are you getting ready to after this inauguration's over with? Do you have anything that's particularly on your mind about what's going on in our politics where you can take a stand on it and try to improve the situation? Whether it be something to do with the pipelines going in, or whether it's something to do with Social Security, or whether it's something to do with the immigration. Do you have an issue that you're willing to stand on? Or do you just want to fuss with somebody? And to even get into this a little bit deeper, have you thought about in another 10, 20, 30 years, whatever, time you may think that you have left here on this earth, have you thought about what your memories are going to be, that you're going to look back at 2017 and say, man, if I had only done so and so back in 2017, I could have made a difference? Because I'd spend plenty of time looking back at my life and saying, oh my goodness, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, if I had just done this or that, if I had just taken this other road instead of the road that I'd taken, if I had just done this or that, things would be different today. I do today to do better than I did then and make my future brighter. And maybe me sharing this video with you today, maybe I have said something to make something click in your head so that you think about what you can do to improve yourself, to make a better tomorrow, and not be so concentrated on what somebody is not doing to upset you like you may think they are. I don't do anything to try to upset anybody. If I'm going to upset you, you'll know it. Flat out. There won't be any doubt in your mind. So I really hope that you take this opportunity to think about what you can do to improve yourself and be creative, to ground yourself, ground your mind, soak up some energy. This is a very highly energetic year that we're in right now. Going to be a lot of cosmic energy to soak up. Use that energy to your benefit, not to your detriment. And let's get together to improve our world and our lives.